Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn. I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today is No Waste Wednesday. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out some bits and pieces. I've decided I will do a little bit more on my Alice journal today, and I've got, let me show you, I have got lots of bits and pieces and scrappy bits that I've already come out of what I've been doing. And I thought I'd try and make use of some of these before I end up getting too many bits that I'm just not using. So that's the theory for today, or that's the plan for today. I've pulled out some red cardstock. I want to make, let me show you what I found, because I was going through, I was going to do some stuff for my ideas book, but then I found a couple of ideas that I thought would work really nicely for this particular journal. So if any of you have seen the video of the Asian Splendor that I did, inside that was this little folio. It's got the little picture on the front there with a little journal card tucked behind. And then as you open it out, it's a very simple little folio. You've got a couple of little pockets either side to tuck things in. And it's just decorated on the back. So I thought I would try and make something similar to this with the bits and pieces that I've got. And I was just trying to work out where I might like to put it. Now, I was thinking perhaps in there, or on that page, or indeed I've got another page somewhere. I want to put it in first signature because I've got quite a bit going on now in the second signature, and it's getting a bit chunky. This will be a little bit chunky by the time it's finished, so I was looking to put something else in here. So that's my plan. I was thinking potentially of doing a belly band. Okay, so that's my thought. I'm going to do a belly band. I'm going to do it in this style, or rather I'm going to do the folio in this style, but with bits and pieces that I've got. And then I also came across this, which again was from the Asian Splendor. This was an idea that I got off of Gail Agostinelli's channel. Just to make use of some scrappy bits that you might have lying around. I'm not sure I'm going to do this one. I've just pulled it out just to give me a little bit of inspiration and idea. So the first thing I'm going to do is just measure up and see how big I want this folio to be, because I don't want it, this one was an insert inside the cover that I had of the Asian Splendor, so I don't want it to be as big as this. So I want a scaled down version of this effectively. So that is actually the full page size there. So I thought what we would do is maybe go with let's have a look, maybe 6.5, I think 6.5 inches, which is about just over 16.5 centimeters, and I don't want it to be more than, I would say 4 inches wide, to be honest. So that's 6.5 by 4. So I think, let me make a start on that, because I want to see what it's going to look like. So this is going to be a trial and error today. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Mind you, I'm never sure how things are going to go. And we shall see what occurs. And I'm also going to be using random colours as well. And I'm not really sure this is going to work colour-wise either. But do you know what? Unless I try it, I won't know. If it doesn't work, I can use it for my ideas journal, which was my original plan for today anyway. So I'm going to cut this down initially to 6.5, because that's the depth that I want it to be. Now then, do I want to go that way? How wide did I say I wanted this, peeps? You see, I've forgotten already. I really am hopeless. I said 4 inches, didn't I? So it wants to be 8 inches wide. So I can't go that way because, yeah, it's going to have to go that way because I need that whole width there. So I'm going to cut this down lengthwise to 6. No, I said 6.5 inches, didn't I? Oh, that is 6.5. 6.5 inches. So let's cut that. How are we all doing today? It's Wednesday, halfway through the week again. I say it every week. And then this is, how wide is this? Too wide. I want this about, do I want to do it at 8 or do I want to do it at 9, which would give me 4.5? I'm going to do it at 9, I think, and give me a 4.5. Okay. And then I'm going to score just down the centre line, 4.5, which would be there. If, oh, let me, I'm going to have to do it down this end, sorry, because otherwise I'll have to take my blade out, and I don't want to be messing around with things like that. Okay, let me put that in there, just score that down there. Excuse me, my throat is still not terrific. Oh, let's just cut it. Well, that's no good, is it? Let me try that one again, folks. Lucky I've got some more here. I won't use the scorer to do that. I think I'll just fold it by hand, coax it into place. Right then, try that one again. 6.5. There. 6.5, 6.5. 6.5. And I cut that at 9, didn't I? Right, let's try folding this in half without ripping it this time. Because that's a tad annoying, isn't it? Okay. Let's have a look-see if I can do this without ripping it. Okay, so that one goes there, that one goes there. Oh, glasses time. Just want to see that I get the edges, edge to edge, like so. We're just going to gently coax that into place. There we go, that's better. I was a bit too hefty with the scorer, I think. Just give that a little burnish. So that now, that's the base now for the little folio. As you can see, it's quite a decent size smaller than that one, which is what I wanted. I didn't want one that big. And I'm using red as the base because obviously we've got reds and greens throughout this particular journal. And I shall now start decorating as I wanted to. Now, my initial thought, and you might think this is really random, I want to go with green and with red. Now, you may think that looks absolutely weird, but my thought process for this, I have noticed while I'm doing my journal that the first signature tends to be primarily greens, and the second signature tends to be primarily red. So the page I want to put this on, as you can see, is primarily green. So I'm trying to do something that'll pull the reds and greens together so that that won't look quite so, because I want to use up some of these scraps. I want to pull something together that's not going to look so out of place. And I thought, we've got a nice little red book here. We've got kind of reds and browns in the background here, but we've also got the greens. I thought combining the two together with a red background might work nicely. So that's my thought. Okay. Who knows if it's going to work. I'm just going to grab me trimmer back out, because now what I want to do is to back these with these. So excuse my throat. So I want to go, I'm going to say 4.25 in width. and 6¼ in height for, so 4¼ in width. In fact, if I do that way around, I might get the 2 out of this, front and back. So 4¼ and then I wanted 6¼ didn't I? Do you know, if I had half a brain, I'd be amazing, wouldn't I? 6¼ so let's see, I might just get both of them out of this piece. So 6¼ and, oh rats, I won't, of course I won't, because it's 11½, isn't it? What a dingbat I can be sometimes. Seriously. Right, so that's that. That looks nice. I quite like that. So those work okay. And then I need this to be, is that going to be wide enough? Of course it's not. Oh. I'm going to have to print another one of these now because I didn't think that through properly, did I? Because I'm an idiot. Okay. So, hold that thought. I'm just going to print myself off another one of these. Okay, so I've actually just found a misprint of that, so I'm going to use this instead. So I've got my first one, so I'm going to cut one the same size. So that was 4¼ and 6¼ So I just realised I'm going to be right at the top of the screen there, aren't I? Soz, folks. 6¼ so that's that one. So I've got my fronts and backs, that's those two good to go. And then I want, if they were 6¼ so I want 6 deep and 4 wide. So let me have a look, see what I've got. So I've got these. How big? Oh, that looks like it might be perfect, actually. Is it? Oh, 4 inches. Aha, couldn't have made that up, could you? Right, so there's one of them, so that's good. And I'm going to, have I got another bit? That bit's too small. Oh, actually, I didn't want to use that one. I wanted to use these ones for the, although I could do that one on the back and that one on the front, couldn't I? That would look nice. I thought I had a big piece of that would be enough for both sides. How big's that? That's 4. Oh, there's another piece there, 4 by 6. How peculiar. In that case, I should have enough to do front and back. Indeed, I have. Huh. You know things are right when the plan starts coming together and you don't even try. And 6. Okay. Now then, the offcuts for these I'm going to use as the inserts here. And they're just about the right size for the insert, aren't they? So that's jolly marvellous too. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm going to get my backings on first. Need a bit of glue. Glue B2B2. Right, I want those 2 bits. Let's not get myself muddled up with all my bits. Okay. Here we go, folks. We're going in. Oh, now then. Let me pop some ink round before I forget. Something I always forget to do. Jolly annoying, isn't it? Oh, I wonder if I want 2 around the corners. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to round the corners, folks. Sorry, I'm thinking as I'm going here. I've kind of got in my head what I want to do, but now, of course, I need to put it into action, don't I? And it's it's ideas fumbling around in my head, don't you know? Okay, so we've got 6.5. I'm going to just trim these couple of bits, and then I'm going to stick these on and then round the edges. I'm not so sure this is a follow along with me today. This is more a case of if you can make head or tail of what I'm doing, good luck. So that's 6.5. That in theory should be the same width, and it is. So 6.5 smash runes. Lovely. Okay. Now I'm going to stick, oops, daisy, everything's crashing around my ears. Oh dear, come on. Right. Let's try and get some semblance of order going. I want to put a little thumb notch in. So thumb notch, I always fold to find the centre point. You don't have to be quite so precise if you choose not to be. I'm a little bit OCD about it. And thumb notch. Thumb notch there. I think that will do very nicely. Thank you very much. Little old thumb notch. Right. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of inking. Bear with me, folks. Yeah, I want to ink this bit first. Just the thumby bit, because the rest of it I can do after I've stuck it down, because I'm going to be trimming the corners, of course. Tickle in my throat's driving me mad again. Okay, so let me just stick down the little inserty bits. Oh gosh, got the shakes on again. Let me just take that bit off of there. Oh, nice straight line. Okay, let me pop that. Doon there. I'm not sure what the technical term is today. I'll have to, I'll let you know when I hear it. Oh dear. Oh dear. So my granddaughter's been in hospital over the last 4 or 5 days. She's not been very well. She's in her mid-20s and she's been diagnosed with diverticulitis, which apparently is a very young, or a thing really associated with the more elderly. And they're very surprised that she's got that at such a young age. So I'm not quite sure what that means for her exactly, but she's on the mend now. She's been on antibiotics and things, and got herself sorted out, which is nice. And she's back home again now. So, right then. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a down, really. Bless her little heart. But I'm sure she will be fine. Right, back to... Oh, Dawn, think about what you're doing, you donut. I wanted to round my edges, didn't I? That's why I've just done that bit. Where's me rounder? I found it. Honestly. Oh, that's not all going to go in there. That's too thick. Too thick. Tick, tick, tick. Right, then let's do that one. And do that one. And that one. Come on. Oh gosh, I've got the rice shakes going on. What is that all about? And we're going to do this one too. There, that looks nice, doesn't it? I like that. We like that. So let's pop a little bit of ink around these while I've got it. I'm sorry if you find the inking boring. Skip forward if you want to, by all means. I have no issue with people skipping. Oops. Unfortunately, when you're doing these things, it's not really the sort of thing that you can prepare in advance, because if you're showing somebody how to do something, they need to see how to do it. But these sort of things are great if you're relatively new to journaling. They're very easy to do. Very easy indeed. Let me just pop that there. And some people don't like the inking either. You know, if you're not an inker, if you don't like putting the ink around, it's optional. You know, you really don't have to do it. I am an inker. I know Amanda from Scrimping Mummy, the creator of the digital kit that I'm using at the moment for this journal. I know she's not a big inker. She likes to just ink bits. I know other people that are massive inkers. And, you know, it's a case of do what's right for you. Do what you like. Do what you like. Right then, I'm going to round these corners as well, now that I've rounded those. In fact, I wonder if I can get all four done at the same time. What do you reckon? That will save a bit of time. There we go. These are going to... Oh, yeah, look at that. Marvellous. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. She says, not being able to line them up. There we go. And that's that one. And that's that one. One more. My inker's resetting itself. My printer's resetting itself from printing that bit of paper off. Right then, that's those done. Let me get those bits out of the way. And ink a bit. Okay, I'm going to skip the inking so that you don't get too bored. And we'll come back in the room when I've finished inking, okay? Okay, so I've more or less finished the inking. Just a little tip for you. If you've got quite thin paper, like this is only going to be used as a backing, which is why I've only printed it on very thin paper. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to ink that because the paper keeps folding up on itself. If you lay it on a flat surface and just run your inker circularly, is that the word? That's my technical term for the day, circularly. around the edge, it just enables you to be able to ink the edge without the paper keep creasing up and folding. It's just a little tip there for you. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together and layer them up, because we like a bit of layering. Is that... I don't want to use an inky page, so I'm going to use that one. Okay. Now then, I'm still using this quick stick for just paper, thin paper. And I have mentioned before, I don't usually use this. I'm using this just to try it out because it's actually more cost effective than using the Yoo-hoo. But I have mentioned this previously in other videos. I'm not keen on it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's the same texture as the Yoo-hoo, and yeah, I'm just not very happy with it at all, actually. I should be glad when I finish it up. Right then, so let's pop the background on. Now, I do like to use the stick glue when I'm doing this because it just gives you that little bit of wiggle room to make sure that your bits are in place okay. Excuse me. Okay, so that's the first piece on. And now, pull my sleevey up. So we've been promised some lovely weather this week, towards the end of the week. Looking forward to that, because it's been jolly cold here in the UK recently, these last couple of weeks. Jolly cold indeed. So it'll be nice to have a nice little bit of warm weather, sit in the garden, have a nice little glass of cider if you're that way inclined, or a nice glass of white wine if you prefer, or red. I always associate white though with sitting in the sunshine. There we go. Come off. There we go. Oof. Right then, let's get this bit down now. I just want to make sure that these are up the right way because they are directional, these ones. It'd be just my luck just to pop it on upside down, wouldn't it? Because that would be really frustrating. Right then, let's... Yeah, you see that's not quite... Oh dear, that's not very good. Oh dear, squashing it and doing it and... Oh. Now then, am I going to be able to get that up without ripping it? I don't think so. No, that's going to have to stay there. So it's not too bad, is it? It's just my OCD in play again. Okay, it'll do. It'll do, folks. Get another non-gloopy page. Gonna pop the back on now. Do you know, I say this all the time. I can't believe how quickly time flies when you're crafting. It just seems to absolutely fly by. I craft nearly every day, not every day, but nearly every day. And I just feel my life flips by in a whirl. In a blooming whirl, I tell you. I don't know why I'm looking at that, because this one doesn't make any odds, does it? It's not really directional, this bit. Are we there? Yep, that'll do nicely. That'll do very nicely. That's that one. All I'm using to smooth this out with is just a little bit of kitchen paper as well. So, okay, that's that bit on. And now, for the final piece, I say final piece. the final bit of this particular part of the layering, because I've still got to layer the inside yet. I hope you'll stick around with me and keep me company. And if you haven't got time, just jump in and have a look at the final bit of it. Let me peel that up. Right, so that needs to be that way around. Okay. And again, let's just try and make sure I get that relatively. That'll do. It'll do. There we go. Okay. Made a right mess of me mat, but never mind. There we go. Oops, stuck into my glue page. Get that out of the way. There we go. Let's just see the other thing with this glue as well. I find it very. I was going to say sticky then. I know that's completely the wrong thing to say. But yeah, it's very difficult to. It just gets everywhere, and I don't find that the Yoo-hoo does that, to be fair. You put the Yoo-hoo on something and it stays well there, but this stuff tends to splurge around all over the shop. Right, so that's the basis of the folio. Okay, so we've got the little bit front and back, and we've got the little side pockets there. What I want to do now is to put this on, because, where is it? I want to use that as the little tuck-in. So that's going to be used as my tuck-in. So it's gonna sort of take pride of place on there. But now I need something to make the pocket out of. Or shall I have that as the pocket? I think that might be a bit too big as the pocket. Let me see what we've got in here. What have we got in here? You see, I've got those. They're very pretty, aren't they? Not part of the kit. They were just in my stash. I have stash for stash. Right. Just wondering what I can use for the old pocketus. I could do a belly band with a tag, couldn't I? Or that little tuck there with the belly band. Oh, I printed some of those off in a smaller size. Let me see if I can find them. See, I've got those. I'd quite like this one, actually. I think I've got that somewhere in a smaller size. Yes, perfect. Ha, 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 ha. Now then, is it going to be big enough to act as a tuck? Oh, shoot, it's not. Oh, fiddly dee. Oh, oh, if I was to back that in the same way I've backed that, I might be able to make that work, mightn't I? And then I could make it big enough to tuck that in. Oh, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. This gets more complicated as we go along, doesn't it? Honestly, it's no wonder my crafting takes me so long. This is crafting in real time. For me, anyway. I don't know whether or not just to use that. Oh, 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 oh. Let me use this. I have a plan, Stan. I got a plan in my head. It's all right. Planned in my head, and we shall see how it goes. Oh, again, I don't know if it's going to work, but we shall see. If it doesn't work, we'll just have to stop the video. I'll finish doing what I'm doing after I've finished messing about, and then I'll come back and show it to you. Oh dear. And just talk you through what I've done. So, see, that's quite a bit tinier, isn't it? So, what I am going to do is... I have got... Oh, where's that card that's split? Oh, dearie me. Here it is. Right, so it needs to be at least... So it needs to be allowing for the gluing. It needs to be at least 4 and... I'm going to say 4 3/4. So how big does that make that? Oh, it makes it quite a chunky little piece. I'm okay with that though. 4 3/4 by... I don't know why I'm measuring that. 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So 3 1/4 would be there, and 4 3/4 would be there. Okay, that's okay, isn't it? That looks all right. And then that would tuck behind there. Oh, I could probably get away with doing that a little bit narrower, actually. I reckon. I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off of that. If I can see where 1/8 of an inch is. So that will be there. Where are we? That's half. There. That's 1/8 of an inch, I think. Yeah. I know it's only a slither, but sometimes when you're looking at dimensions, it does make a difference, doesn't it? That's a better size. Yes. Happier with that. And that can go on there. Like that. Okay. Getting there, folks. Folkarunios. Now I want some of this to be 4 1/2 by 2 7/8. So 4 1/2 by 2 7/8. Let's have a look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Now then, where's the little thingy gone? Then I want to pop that on there. I don't think it needs the red back, does it? I think that's perfectly good enough like that. Yes, I like that. Or do I? I'm not sure. That one goes there. That one will go there. That will go there. And then that will tuck behind. I think so. I think so. Now then, do I want to do it as a taggy shape to match that? Oh dear, getting technical now, isn't it? I think I will just take those edges off the same as the tag, just the top ones. Okay, so I'm going to take those off there and take those ones off there. Then that will go there, that will go there. Are we happy enough with that? Yes, I think I am. Jolly marvellous. Right then. Okay. Okie dokie doozles. Okay, we're back to the ink, folks. Sorry. Pinkety, pinkety boo. Just a quick splurge. Just that one. And then this one. Again, because this is quite a flimsy little bit of paper, I'm just taking that around the edge there. So that it doesn't get all squidged up when I'm inking. Yeah, when I'm inking. There we go, that'll do. It'll do the job. I now want to glue it, don't I? My sleeves won't stay up. Okay. This could end up being quite a long video. But I will try and edit out for you as much as I can so that you're not getting too bored. I don't want you peeps to get bored on me. There we go. Okay. That's good to go. I do like having ideas, but they do tend to run away with me a little bit. That's not good on there, is it? Sorry if my head's in the way, guys. Just want to position this. Oh, I'm not doing very well here, am I? Is that about right? No. God, blooming glue will be dry before I get this in place. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my goodness, sorry. I am being a white faffer. That looks better. That'll do. There we go. Get it down quick. Okay. Oh, got there in the end. I don't know if the glue's still wet enough. Oh, my life is so hard. Right, all I'm doing with this one, because this one's actually already got a little bit of ink around it, I am literally just taking the white core off of the edge, okay? There we are. Marvellous. Okay, I am going to use the art glitter glue for this because it's a slightly heavier paper. Want to make sure this gets a good purchase. Just take off those blobby bits that they don't blob out. There we go. Alrighty. And now, la 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 la. Let's get that down. About right. That'll do. It'll do, it'll do, it'll do. I think it will do, it will do. Nearly do anyway. There we go, I think. There, that's... Okay, and now I'm going to pop that on there. I think I'm going to just stick it as a belly band rather than a glue it right down job, okay? Just to give me a little bit more flexibility with it. There we go. And now I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to pop it slightly higher because I want to put a little... I see that I still blobbed out. How annoying. What was I going to say? I want to put a little word down here. Okay. Oh, does that look like too much of a mishmash? I don't know. Right, where's my little picture gone that I was actually going to put under it? I've got so much rubbish now lying around on my desk. I don't know where it's gone. Okay, found it. I'm just going to trim that just the hint. And then I'm going to glue it, not glue it at all, I'm going to ink it. So I'm going to take that down about there, I think. And that one down just to about there. Going to do those corners. Oh, that corner didn't do very nicely, did it? Let me redo that one if I can. That's better. Okay. Right, let's pop some ink on there. Just there we go. A little bit of ink on there, and now, okay, now I want to, I'm just wondering if I've got some maybe just a little bit of green cardstock. If I do that though, is it actually going to fit again? It should do, shouldn't it? Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room there. Okay, so let me stick this on first. Oops. You'll have to tell me if crafting in real time works for you out of interest-wise, or whether or not you prefer the more structured videos, because that's always good to know. Okay, I just want to pop that on there. coffee dyed paper. That's a nice, would that be big enough? It will be. That's a nice piece. So, trim this up. Trim that there. Trim that there. Oh, come along, dear. There we go. Okay. Going to pop a little bit off. Get out the way. That one down there. And that one down there. A little bit of journaling space there. Okay. Just, I really do need a new ink pad or a refill for it. It's getting quite difficult now to ink. But everything's so expensive, isn't it? I do find crafting materials very expensive, which is why I always try my best to use what I've got in my stocks. Which side do I want that? Way around. I mean, I do try and do all my own coffee dyed paper and everything as well. I do use printed faux coffee paper as well. Scrimping Mummy's got a nice page on her collections that you can just print from the printer, but I try not to do that as much as possible because it obviously uses ink, and you know, when you can just do this from leftover coffee grinds, it's but then it's having the time to do that, of course, especially if you're working. There we go. Right, so that's that bit done. And now what I want to do is I want to put on a little, I want a word. Can you actually see what's going on here, guys? Right, this is all getting very colourful, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure this really works. You're going to have to tell me what you think, if it's rubbish or not. Like I say, if I don't like it, I should just use it in my that's what I want, notes. Ideas book, that was what I was trying to think of. And now we want, yeah, I'm going to pop that one on there. Now, I don't want to put it over the design itself, so I'm just going to stick that to the back like so. That is exactly what I am telling you. I'm really conscious of time now. We're coming up to the hour, I reckon. I'm going to have to edit some of this down so that it's not quite so long for you. Okay, let's glue this together. There we go. Okay. Oop. Come on. There we go. Lovely. And then all I'm going to do is pop a little bit of glue down this one. Oop. Stand up. And I want to pop that onto there. Like so. Yep, that looks okay. Okay, so now we've got a little journal card. I'm going to slot that in there. It's looking very colourful, isn't it? Not too sure about it, folks, if I'm completely honest, but you'll have to tell me what you think, please. I'd appreciate your input on this one. And then I thought I would, maybe that one's a bit big. I wonder if I've got my baby ones that I printed. There they are, baby ones. Got my little baby ones. Gonna cut this one out. God, you're seeing it all for real today. Nothing organised today. Just me sitting here crafting away. There we go. And then I have one of these little hole punchy things. I'm just going to nip off those little cornery bits. Marvellous. Lovely. Okay, I shall need that again in a moment. I want that. That's that one. And I'm going to pop that on there. Or do I want it on green? I don't know. Green? I'm going to pop it on green because that'll pull that together. Oh, this is going to look so random. Still, hey ho. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine and dandy. Okay, just trim that up there. Trim that up there. I'm going to nip off the corners of this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pop some, oh no, actually this is a heavier stock. I'm going to pop my glitter glue on there. Maybe not quite that much because it'll be splurging else. Okay, notes. There we go. I'm not sure I like this, if I'm honest. Right then, so that's that. And now all I need to do is to decorate these bits. It's a little bit better. Not marvellous, but I shall decorate it. You won't notice it quite so much. There we go. Okay, so that is the principle of the little tuck. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pop it in here. That's going to go in there. I'm going to pop a little belly band on there. Okay, so tell me what you think, honestly. Does it work? Doesn't it work? because if you don't think it works, I'm not going to put it in. If you do think it works, I'll put it in. If not, I shall pop it into my ideas journal and utilize it that way instead. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate your feedback on that. Personally, I'm not sure about it at all. I think it's a bit too busy, if I'm completely honest. Let me know. I'll leave it there. I will see you all for Stash Busting Saturday. Have a good week, everybody. Bye for now.